Hi everybody! How's it going? We're live today. I figured we get some words in. I got to say a lot yesterday, which was, unfortunate as it were. But today I am here joined by the community that has been pretty, shit on by Savage Minnow or Ophelia, whatever she's going by, whichever one is more common. As of yet, she has yet to get back to me. In fact, she actually has yet to answer me directly in tweets. She'll respond to everybody else in the that's commenting to her, but she won't talk to me directly, which is kind of interesting. But who do we have with us here? I'm going to be playing Oxygen Not Included for a little bit while we kind of chat around. But I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves while I go take my food out of the oven. So, who's all here?
I'm here. This is Mr. Serious. I've been in Discord and in Twitter. If you guys have seen me interacting with this whole, I would want to say circus, but I think I would hope it's more serious than that. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm hoping that this is a lively discussion. But who else do we have here?
Hi everybody, this is Aurea Unicornis, or that's Latin for golden unicorn. I was the one who did the live stream with Steve about Savage, hoping that there won't be a birth of a McCrazy, but then we realized it was too late. And here we are today as a community talking about this whole fiasco. And you can find me on Twitter. I'm not that active on Twitter anymore, but if you're in Shesh's Discord, you can find me there. Yeah, that's me. I'm just here, enjoying, supporting my friends, and yeah, sometimes being mad lad. Cheers.
My username is Kotoro Shinoto, and sometimes on Steam I go by Actual Trash. Been long time Facebook acquaintances with Steve. Haven't attended many of these, but I've started getting more involved recently.
I'm Al. I'm just here to talk, share my thoughts.
Hi, I'm Jack of Hearts. I've been, you've probably seen me on Cheshire Stream in the past. I like to hang out. Don't try to get too much involved in the drama, but I've just been part of the communities for 4-ish years now. Back when, Nonsec was in its heyday. And so, yeah, I might have some opinions on who might have been able to be reached out to as one of the topics of discussion. So, yeah, and I'm going to be playing a game because I also speedrun.
I've been playing Diablo 2 and State of Decay 2. Just to update that, it's up on stream and Discord, but I don't think you guys can see it live.
No, I'm using OBS virtual camera to stream. I'm also streaming to Twitch.
Yeah, thanks. Did we get everybody? Did I hear Nikki and did I hear Paul go, or?
I popped in. Hey everyone.
Nope.
You.
I got nothing probably meaningful to add to this outside of computers.
Oh, Nikki, you're really quiet.
Yeah, you need to come a lot closer or something.
How about now if I just speak up a little bit more?
Perfect.
Or is it?
That's a lot better.
That's way
Okay,
better.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with my mic. I'm just being quiet because multiple VIOPs and different settings.
Hello, I'm Paul, or Renegade Gaming. I'm just sitting and chilling.
So, has everybody who's in here sort of been a little bit TLDR caught up on what's been going on?
Sorta, kinda.
I mean, a lot of us watched your stream last night, so we know what's going on.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah, pretty much. That is kind of pretty much what it is, right?
It just feels like every single day another person comes out the woodwork to start
Another
shit for no
dollar of
reason.
crap.
I will say, yeah, like everybody said, same shit different person. I'm just tired of a new wannabe YouTuber coming around the corner every day and deciding to, oh, I have discovered Steve McRae and their past, and giving no regard to any victims that they might re-victimize in this process because they have started doing the research that many people in the past have done it again and again. I'm just sick of it now. I'm just so sick of it. And because, surprise, surprise, because I'm a victim myself and I care about other victims. I'm just so, like, tired of it. If we are and Steve and I and everybody in this community try to cater to the victims. We want to service the victims. We don't want any disservice to happen to them. But in that process, Steve and anyone associated with him gets demonized so much because these new assholes who come in want to be some sort of self-righteous, they want to stand on some self-righteous, pedestal and claim that they are fighting for the victims. When you're not actually, you don't have their permission to fight for them. So shut up. That rant was brought to you by Golden Unicorn. Cheers.
The TLDR, I'll give a quick TLDR just so people who haven't watched yesterday's stream or the stream with Steve and Manya, because Golden Unicorn was actually there, so it'll be fun to get a little bit of like how she was feeling and what she thought about her experience with talking with Minnow. But the TLDR is this person named Savage Minnow who kind of said they didn't know anything about what was going on and then turned around to say that, oh, well, no, actually I've been around for a really long time, I'm not new. Who then, decided that, yeah, no, they didn't read court documents, but then that they did read court documents and yada, yada, yada. Basically went on this whole thing where they did this deep dive into the non sequitur show. They got basic facts on the case that are in the dockets wrong. They, downplayed, I would call it downplaying Kyle and his involvement in what he did, or outright ignoring it, while upplaying and overplaying anything that Steve has done, including making basically her video about Steve being about, like, Earl David Warden, which was kind of weird considering it had nothing to do with a non sequitur show whatsoever. They skipped Boole in almost entirely, and then they even got stuff wrong about Katie Joy, which I thought was interesting. It's like, what an interesting thing to get wrong. Their comment section, surprise, surprise, is full of the, McCrazy's video, like the Gordian out of McCrazy people. But yeah, I think that's about it, right? That's pretty much what happened. So Steve tried to reach out to them to have a conversation and have like an amicable, here where I can correct you got wrong. What, oh hey look, the account calls Boole's ghost is here. Goodbye. Yeah. These are the people that are supporting Minnow, right? Shocking. Steve tried to reach out, Manya and Minnow, the three of them were on stream. They had a pretty amicable conversation, I guess. I noticed a lot of things kind of that were surprising, or not, I shouldn't say surprising, a lot of things that, red flags here and there about the way Minnow was behaving and what Minnow was saying, and then they recanted and were amicable during the stream, and then when the stream was over, they turned right around and started bitching and lying about what had happened, and their shit they went off on Twitter, and that's basically the video that I had already. That's the TLDR. It's to surprise of absolutely fucking nobody, right?
Well, that's actually a very charitable TLDR, and but this is can I say the TLDR of what I believe happened for anyone who okay. Now, this is what my belief is until told otherwise. But while I do this, can we have chat name these three individuals that you have here after you get done creating
absolutely,
them?
yeah. If you guys want to name my duplicants, you guys can name the duplicants for sure, yeah. Okay.
So, chat, get to naming these creatures while I tell you guys what I believe happened. And I would love for anybody in here who can refute what I'm saying. Please refute away, because I have kind of a dark take now. I went through it. I entered this with heaps of charity, and I've got none left. Literally, I'm out. I've run out of charity. I'm out.
Did you get
So-
any charity in return, Sirius? Because Ophelia, or Savage Minnow, was telling and saying in her tweets and in her video that basically people who were supporting Steve were telling her to go fuck herself anytime she asked any questions about what was going on and how dare she ask these questions, and like saying how dare you ask these questions publicly, and telling her to go fuck herself publicly, and then in private telling her what an awful person she was for even asking about it. So by the way, if anybody needs to know, sorry, I'm just going to jump in real quick because I forgot to mention this earlier. If you are a member or a Patreon, you can come into this chat. The link to the Discord is in the community tab. So if you are a new member, links in the community tab right now. You should have access, and you will be more than welcome to be in here. I'm in the wrong room, though. I should be in the streaming room, and I'm not, but, you know, whatever. I don't even follow my own rules, apparently.
I have a belief about that, but that'll be coming up in how I believe things went. She says that she had some kind of connection to Jimmy. I'm not sure what her connection to Jimmy exactly was, but I know that Jimmy and Steve had a not a very friendly.
I can to that. She was a Patreon of Jimmy's.
I know they didn't have a very friendly relationship, so I'm guessing that wherever the people who have hate boners for Steve, wherever that funnel is of where she got those McCrazies is, happened between Jimmy and her. Like, that's where she got them from. And one day, somebody came up to her and said, hey, why don't you talk about Steve? Because God forbid we get Steve out of our mouths for like 5 seconds and watch a stream where somebody's not talking about Steve. And so she's like, I don't know who this is. So they quote unquote fill her in. Now, like you were saying, she said that she tried to talk to people and they kept telling her, fuck you and whatever. That's what they told her we would do. We know she never contacted anybody. That's what they told her we would do. She never researched anything. She only got the gist of what she would have gotten through them. Everything that she got was through a filter of these McCrazies.
If anyone has seen my interaction with Savage Minnow so far, either on Twitter or on the live stream that we were in, and even when she was on, I was never rude to her. Never ever. And I am in a Discord server at the moment, and I'm still not rude to her. So I don't know where she got this idea from. Like, and Mr. Sirius is right. Maybe that's what happened. She was told how she would be treated, and she just took it and just ran with it. Like, that's how. But
well,
still,
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? She's like, these people are gonna treat you like ass. She treats us all like shit, and we're like, hey, what the fuck? And she's like, see, you treated me like ass.
Aha!
Preconceived ideas.
But still, I would say, Mr. Sirius, that's still a big jump from someone telling you that's how you will be treated, and then claiming it that's how you were treated. That's a big difference.
One of the things that I asked the chat while I was live, when I was watching her video and seeing her making these claims, I was like, okay, well, who among you have received a message or spoken to Minnow about these questions? Who did she ask? And as well as, like, who was telling her to go fuck herself? But I also even went a step further to say, who has even spoken to this person or interacted with this person in any way, shape, or form before all this had gone out? And the response I got back was not a single person.
Well, yeah, I'd never heard of this person before they went on to Steve's channel and they had that discussion. Literally never heard of them.
Well, this is why I say that she makes these claims. And that's because she got called out. She keeps saying that, do your own research, da-da-da-da-da. She can't come out and then say that she never actually went and did any research, that she just went by hearsay, even though she says, I don't go by hearsay, and then come out and say, oh, all I did was go by hearsay. She has to specifically say, that's not what I did. She can't, out herself as a hypocrite. She has to 100% say that that's not what she did. That's why she had to say that that's not what she did. So that's why she said that of course she went to people. Of course she did. Even though she didn't.
Well, then she's like, well, I'm not going to out my sources. And the thing is like, nobody's asking you to out your sources. The question about sources is not who was your source. We all know who your source was. You told us who your source was. Right, it was the information people were asking about. But now you're accusing people in our community, you guys, who have treated this person like shit, right? So who is it? Because they weren't a source. They were somebody who didn't actually give you anything. So Helios for 5 said, I'm betting that any harassment she received was from sock accounts pretending to be sent by Steve. This is actually something they have done before.
That is possible.
I actually am secretly hoping that they have a Mr. Serious sock account because, like, that I think that would be hilarious.
I don't want anyone pretending to be me.
I mean, yeah, I can't even, off the top of my head, I can't even number how many there have been.
Yeah, there's actually someone right now who's pretending to have my previous handle name, and it's disgusting. I don't want that at all. And they have done that on YouTube, also pretending to be me, just so that they can have a power trip in their live stream and their live chat. I don't like that at all. I hate it when people do that. And even though if there were sock accounts, then Minnow doesn't have to worry about anything. She just can say, "Oh, these were sock accounts. I was misled." But she's doubling down on it, by the sounds of it. So it's time she brought those people forward who treated her like shit, and I take an issue with that because I never treated her like shit. I was I was kind to her. I was nice to her. Yes, I might have put my foot down. I might have been very straightforward. That's what I am on some topics.
Being stern is not being an asshole. Yeah, those are different things.
You know what's funny is that considering that Steve literally did nothing to her in his DMs, but apparently some people in her DMs have been rude, she's okay with sharing the DMs of someone who wasn't rude to her but who she felt ghosted by, but not sharing the negative DMs of people treating her like crap. That's funny.
Right.
And also, if I may add to that, so she's very, very careful. She wants to very, very desperately protect her source, quote unquote. But she's very happy to sprinkle Steve's DMs around on internet. She doesn't care to protect Steve for some reason, but she will protect her sources. Why the double standard? I still don't get it. And then there's another double standard where she will not talk about Kyle's past. Okay, Sheshet also said it on a live stream, I'll repeat it. She doesn't want to talk about Kyle's past with drug abuse. But you don't have to talk about Kyle's past. He's a felon. We know that. You don't have to say that why he's a felon. But he's a felon. At least acknowledge that. But she didn't even acknowledge that. Plus, and then he has...
He's a Leo, though.
But we all... I mean, I can answer that. I know exactly why why she went down that road.
Let me finish the thought. So she didn't bring up Kyle's felonious past. And she did not bring up, I don't even think she brought up Kyle's current fraud, that the documents he frauded and the perjury that he committed. None of that. Plus, did not even mention the domestic violence case. Plus, she did not even mention that his boyfriend attested against him in the court, right? And that he was abusive toward his ex-boyfriend also, who had given testimony against him in the court. None of that. But for some reason, she picks up a topic that Steve covered 3, 4, 5 years ago and goes on rampage with that thing without even knowing the context. I'm astounded by this double standard. And if it's just because she felt that Steve ghosted, that is very immature and very childish. I might dare say not very bright of her. I don't have any sympathy for people who cannot control their emotions like that. And then don't want to take responsibility when people hold them responsible for it. I'm over it. I was very nice to her in the live stream, and I give Steve pushback on where, the misunderstanding could have been, around his daughter and the perpetuity thing. And that issue was resolved, and I was the mediator in that. And she then went on, and then she doubled down on it that Steve was trying to twist her words. That's not what was happening. She admitted in the live stream that it was a misunderstanding. Why cannot it just be a misunderstanding? I'm so over these people, these two-faced, double-faced, double-standard people who suddenly come in, bursting in on our scene in the community, pretending that, they want to do research and they want to cover up the NSS case, and then re-victimizing people in that process, and not even thinking about that. I'm so over it. I'm sorry.
No, it's understandable. It's so frustrating, this whole situation.
Well, there's like a degree of
sorry, go ahead.
There's a degree of absurdity that comes along with it, right? Like, and then like, how dare you treat me like I'm not being neutral? Why don't you just believe me? And it's like, what? Believe you about what? Right? Steve took you at face value and gave you the benefit of the doubt, and most of the people in the community and the people who were having conversations with you and the people who were in the live chat gave you the benefit of the doubt. And you shit on them for it and said that they treated you like shit, and said they said stuff in the live chat that when we talked about it, when we looked at it, didn't see that. So
yeah, like, who the fuck told you that, who you went up to, I want the facts on non-sequitur? Who told you to go fuck yourself? Who actually said that? Like, because that's the most ridiculous claim I've ever heard. Well, in the past month.
Actually, here's the more prudent question. Who told you that anybody here would say that to you? Because that's a more realistic question to ask.
No,
I do feel like
I'm not going to give her charity anymore. I'm not going to give charity anymore to her. She needs to come forward and tell, because that's a serious accusation to make against us. That is someone amongst us told her to fuck off. And did not give.
Well, she also said it was multiple people. She said it wasn't just one.
Yeah.
To be fair, if I'm having a bad day, I've told people to fuck off on PMs before, but this person has never.
Exactly. She never approached me either. So
that's not what she said. She said that publicly she was told to go fuck herself, and privately they went into DMs to tell her what a bad person she was.
Who did that? Where?
Who did that?
I want to see the. Yeah. I'm over it. I'm so over this. That
New Twitter, who dis?
We are so accommodating. We are always very kind. We are accommodating. We're kind. We give charity, and this is how we get treated every time.
It's entitled. Okay, this is
entitlement.
All I could think. She's crying on stream. She's acting like she's a victim. She's getting basic information and research done wrong from these sources. She's Katie Joy. She's acting like Katie Joy. And
exactly,
there's this additional bit of like entitlement, like a hefty dose of you're not entitled to anybody giving you any time, and yet if nobody gives you time, you start making accusations and fill in the blanks with whatever the fuck you want because you felt slighted, you felt like you were a ghost, which by the way was also something that you said you were going to correct on your channel.
Yeah,
didn't.
When she was in person, she realized that and was like, "Oh, I guess I felt ghosted."
See, Chesh, I think I felt ghosted by you before. Okay, and I was very offended. Like, that time, like where you took like 6 months off Discord and shit, and took ages to reply. I felt so offended by that, and I don't know how. I can never forgive you that.
Oh, and let me make perfectly clear that Minnow, if you're listening, writing on the bottom that somebody wanted me to write that that so-and-so wasn't my friend isn't a retraction. A retraction is I got a fact wrong, sorry, so-and-so isn't so-and-so's friend. Writing that is a retraction.
Trying to couch it in other inaccuracies is not a good look. Yeah, Steve wasn't friends with him, but he did call him honorable once, though.
When you write it that somebody else wanted me to write this, that makes you look like a weaselly, lying little piece of shit. Just letting you know, that's what it makes you look like. What you're supposed to write to make you look like an honest person is sorry, with to being a little apologetic for being wrong and lying about people. and then writing, the correction. That's how you're supposed to do it if you're an honest person. But I mean, I'm not gonna put words in your mouth and try to.
You don't want to
like
make
you're honest.
accusations about her, right?
Yeah, you don't want to
Also,
say like that she's acting like Katie Joy while saying she doesn't want to act like Katie Joy.
Also, it's like we're following her standard. If, according to her, apologies have to be worded a certain way she wants them to be worded, or else she's not going to respect someone like she did with Steve in the EDW case, then we can expect a certain type of retraction from her. So we are following her own standards here.
Yeah, there is something that should be kept in mind, that there's a really big difference between, like, what we would expect to see from somebody in our community and what she's expecting other people to just agree to. Like, when did any of us agree to her standard? That we ought to be held by it, right? I don't even care if somebody decided to tell her to go fuck herself in DMs, because you know what? With so what? So somebody didn't want to talk to you, so everybody's a shitty person because somebody told you to fuck off to answering your question? How dare they?
Well, I mean, technically, her standard of a retraction is to delete it.
Right.
So that was her standard. According to her standard, that video should not exist. Our standard is that just a retraction should be there below the video. And that was not a retraction. That was just like a weasel out of it.
Feline was kind enough to go and check and do a Twitter search with Savage Minnow to see if anybody told Savage Minnow to go fuck themselves. So they searched Savage Minnow's Twitter to see anybody saying to Savage Minnow the word fuck. And the only one is Tldr saying, in your notes, can you please address who on Steve's side was telling you to, quote, fuck off? And then the other one is me saying, you don't recognize your own snark? Was that an accident? You may want to objectively watch your own stream. And this was they searched the word yourself, and learn how to control yourself. And then also again, for the word off, was Tyler's again saying fuck off in quotes. So nobody publicly has said that, unless it's been deleted.
Unless the tweets were deleted.
The tweets were deleted!
Steve's deleting more tweets. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I hate it when Steve deletes tweets on my own channel. It's like the audacity.
How dare he? What a monster.
Yeah, the thing is that I'm so over it now that I'm straight up now I'm going to start calling her double standards. And if she doesn't like it, and if she thinks that's mean, then
well, then what has she been doing? It's okay for her to call people out, but other people can't call her out? Like, what?
Yeah. It says you're not going to get special treatment from me now on. Thanks. No thanks.
Well, everybody was just very, very, very nice to her, and that's something that I noticed and why I kind of wanted to talk. What led me to want to talk about it was the stark contrast for how nice everybody was to her, and then how she described her experience, which completely didn't match. And then, on top of that, about how horribly she's treated everybody else, just with at the minimum with disinformation.
Yeah, and Savage, I was in a Discord, and all the people who are in the Discord, I shared one tweet, and they just exploded on me and started making accusations against me. I ignored all
the people who are in her Discord, yeah.
Yeah. Right? And then she came in and said, oh, I'm overwhelmed by all this. Who's responsible
Oh, and
for that
shocking, people here trying to come in on sock accounts to try and make super chats to try and harass us for talking about, don't talk about me talking about you. Don't talk about me talking about you.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was happening to her ever. Was it happening to her ever?
I didn't see it.
This is harassment, if you guys were wondering what harassment was. Correcting somebody who's wrong on the internet isn't harassment, but this is... If you guys were wondering,
it's like yeah, like if Savage would have come to me, I would have showed her exactly how I have been harassed. You know, yeah, of course I can't say that it's this crowd, but we have never sought of for making up sock accounts and shit. That crowd does that, and it's been proven in the past.
Both sides, guys, both sides.
Yeah.
Always accuse the enemy of that which you are guilty.
It's like
that
classic
one actually made me laugh.
I sort of sometimes feel like this might have been like I've been getting the inkling that maybe this was sort of a plant or something. Like someone set her up for failure.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
she
I
certainly
still kind
failed, so
It's-
there's that.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
it's a
just
little
set
bit-
up for failure, but the main objective was just to get people like talking and like riled
Yeah,
up
and
again.
it's a double strategy. They think they win either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're playing into their hands by having this live stream right now.
Kind of, but they're the ones paying me money, so with their sock
Good
accounts,
point.
so whatever.
And it's
I
like
mean, I'm playing. a
she's
game.
got like racist people making racist comments under her own videos, and she's not aware of that.
Yeah, the blatant
Like-
racism it's just been ridiculous lately.
I will clarify it for everyone in the back. Calling someone a call center employee or manager, or a Pakistani call center employee or manager, to someone who's from Asian descent is racist, you motherfuckers! Shut the fuck up!
Didn't you post that in their Twitter, or in their
Yeah.
Discord? She should know.
Yeah, she does.
I don't
There's
know,
no way
she
she doesn't.
looked at that for some reason.
Manya, they're just jealous because you make more money than they do.
Oh yeah, they were talking about how much I spent on Cheshire's super
I mean,
chat.
yeah.
How
Why do
much?
they think drunken ATM is like an insult? It's like, no.
No,
They haven't played Eve
I'm
Online
drunk,
yet.
okay, and I am an ATM, okay. You're just jealous that I have money.
The money just like shoots out of the magic horn.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, another one. How many are we at now? We 3, 4, 5? 5 now?
Don't block them that fast. They need to like give you money to buy sandwiches and stuff. They need to do their job.
I am shocked we were able. Smitty 2 almost just died, and we saved him. We're heroes.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of these trolls that keep coming in and all this bullshit, you guys are the weakest sauce I've ever seen.
The other
Get
thing is that
fucking
you
creative
notice
with
that
this shit.
Phelan makes a really good point. The person that came in here earlier, knowing what they did and that they were exhibiting racist behavior, they were removed because unlike what Minnow's done, which is just play and pretend and talk about how, oh, I'm against bullying, don't harass any of those creators. Yet the people in her Discord are out here harassing the creators she talks about and being racist towards them and leaving racist comments in her comment section. And what does she do? She leaves it there. She's fine.
And it's
with
not
it.
vague.
She takes
it's
no
literally
action.
her Discord's open. You can go see who's in there and who's commenting.
Right.
Also, if I may, your ignorance on certain topics is not my problems it's not my problem anymore, you dense motherfuckers out there.
It was
If
never
you
your
don't know-
problem in the first place. You were just
No.
nice enough to say something.
Explain it to them, yeah. If you don't know what racism is, if you don't know what re-victimizing victims is, get educated. I'm not going to educate you. Especially when you come in sideways sea lining. So fuck off. Now I'm telling you to fuck off.
Oh yeah, don't listen to
And very
people trying to.
specific people. And very specific people. Not savage. Not yet.
Agrippa's latest.
Oh, what was that? We lost Sirius there for a second.
Mr.
Yeah.
Sirius, you died.
Uh-oh.
Can you even hear us? How could we know?
His connection might have dropped. That's possible. Yeah. He can come back if
anyway.
someone
Excuses if it's a nickname.
Oh my
Yeah,
god. He's just serious. You might need to drop and come back in.
Yeah.
Am I back?
I don't know. Talk for longer than half a second.
All right, here. I think I'm back.
Okay, there you go. Okay, go ahead. What were you trying to say?
Okay, well, Agrippa, he has the new excuse, which is if he says anything in a nickname, suddenly it's not racist or ableist or anything like that, as long as he says it in a nickname.
Well, obviously. And what number are we at now? There's another one? To the point where keep in mind that these people have been using the name of our dead friend, right? Let's include that in there. Can't leave that out.
Yeah, and they first they're using my previous handle name, and then the name of our friend who's not amongst us anymore. Like, how you want to double down. This is how you do it, and we would not advise you to do it that way. You're just showing everyone that you have your balls only when you're hiding behind a screen. That's all it's proving to us.
Well, I mean, that is
because-
something that kind of came up. That kind of came up when she was having a conversation with you guys in person. She was very passive. She was very much like okay with it. But yeah.
Yeah. And when I called her out on her re-victimizing victims, she told me that it was I brought it up. No, hun, you brought it up in your video and you kept bringing it up because you weren't happy with how Steve was dealing with it. And I had to tell you and remind you again and again that every time you talk about it, you're re-victimizing the victims because you don't have their permission to speak about it.
To be fair, she showed a lot of double standards. I felt it was kind of annoying how it's like, Steve can have anyone on, but like she didn't think it was right that he did. But you're fine to do that, but I'm gonna judge you anyway. It's like you really can't win in that situation, can you?
Well, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of
that's
the
what I'm
things that you brought up to like in parody, not parody, but parity, Chesh, was the thing about KJ, where she's like, "There's a double standard here." It's like, no, because KJ like told people to look into her stuff.
And she was the
Literally.
victim of that case, yes.
Yeah.
Who was making accusations about a police officer, yes.
Her views on Steve are so amazingly I mean, all right, let's just with this comparison has been made before, but let's just run down this rabbit hole real quick. When it comes to like the Innocence Project, we have people out there who try to get people out of jail because they may have been put in jail unfairly, because they may have been prosecuted due to some, shenanigans. Maybe the prosecution did something unfair. Their defense wasn't.
Maybe
wasn't
the
good.
person lied giving the testimony.
Yes, maybe, but they were convicted and they were sentenced to jail, and they're in jail. So the Innocence Project goes in and they try to get them out of jail. Now, according to Minnow, these people are apologists for whatever crime. They're murder apologists, rape apologists, all the things. Because that's the label, that's the standard that she has put against Steve. If she has a different standard for the Innocence Project, then she is living inconsistently, logically inconsistently. There is no possible way she can be living logically consistently if she thinks differently about the Innocence Project than she does about Steve. It's not possible.
I hope the chat is keeping tally of the number that come through, so that way somebody can give like a specific statistic. I mean, chat's there, so you could go back and double check it anyway, but,
Yeah, this is apparently these are people who are just so angry that Minnow was wrong on the internet. I'm sorry, Minnow was wrong on the internet. We're sorry, but she is just dead wrong.
Should have taught her better. Should have sat down and asked her to make more notes.
She should have lured in a bigger fish.
Yeah, the hook. Your bait wasn't that great, mate.
You shouldn't have taught her 2-year-old debunked bullshit and then had her run it to us again, because that just ain't gonna work out. So I'm sorry she believed it hook, line, and sinker. That's too bad on her. Maybe if she actually did any research and then didn't lie about doing it, maybe it would have turned out better on her end. But I mean, what can you do?
Well, as it goes. But the thing is that people, you see what's happening, right? They don't want to, these people who basically shat on people in the community, because she slandered you guys too and accused you of shit that she hasn't demonstrated. So they don't want you guys to have a voice. They don't care about what you guys think, what work you've done, yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they told me to fuck off. And they told me how they're like, why don't you present? Like, it's like, oh, you're good at making notes. I got it. You're good at making notes. Don't need to tell us. But why isn't it?
I mean, is she? Because she doesn't remember her own notes. If you want the purple titty example.
Yeah, but that's fine. People can have issues with memories. That's fine.
You guys are still being charitable and nice to her. It's kind of adorable.
Oh my lord!
I haven't said a good thing about her, so fuck off, Chess.
I'm not being charitable because.
Fair.
No, I want to say this right now. There are parallels between stuff I've witnessed over the last.
Nikki, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit more.
I said there's been parallels between what I've been witnessing over the last month plus with this recent bullshit that's been coming up, because I've been kind of out of the thing, kind of doing my own thing on Eve and whatnot. Y'all really need to step up your game if you want any more reaction out of us than what we are currently giving you, because I'm telling you right now,
Nikki, can you sit a bit closer? I can barely hear you.
y'all are fucking weak as shit with these insults and this trolling. May have to turn me up because I'm almost maxed out on my.
Like they're paying money to troll. They're wasting.
Well, this is. You can call it whatever you like. This is trolling, regardless, because I deal with this shit on a day-to-day in my game. I deal with this in life. Every one of us has. This shit, making an account over a beloved dead friend and going after us that way, coming in with all these stupid fucking stock accounts, thinking y'all are hot fucking shit, and no one can do any fucking wrong. I'm gonna call y'all on that right now. Everyone in the fucking world has got shit that they're either ashamed of or don't want other people knowing about for reasons. Fuck off, get the fuck out, and find something else to do and be more productive with your fucking time. Here's another thing too. You guys want numbers on your fucking channels? Stop covering petty bullshit drama on YouTube and on Twitter.
I think I said that I've made this similar sentiment quite a few times every time I've been on. Like, this is getting old now. Come on. Move on with your fucking lives. Like, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, these people need to find a better hobby than just harassing one guy on the internet and a small, like, all they're just drama mongers, and I can't stand drama mongers.
I want to put this in perspective.
There's no, like, the non-sex show. Can I say, the non-sex show used to be great because it used to have, like, people from all walks of life, like, the Discord especially, loads of people, different discussions all the time, and they don't want to see a happy community that thrives like that. They just want to have their own, like, insular drama monger, like, group where all they do is talk shit about people they don't like all day long. Like, for fuck's sake, move on with your goddamn lives. Get some content that isn't about just, oh, he said, she said bullshit. And you might find, like, not only your attitude of a life improves, but your attitude towards other people improves. Because you know what? Being happier tends to make your attitude towards other people better, and therefore they get happier too. And if we're gonna do it, but like, if we're just gonna live in this quagmire of bullshit, then I can't. What else is there to say?
I have a hypothesis why they do that, because they're so insecure about their own self that they're not moral enough, or they have not reformed enough, after all the shit they have done in the society, and they don't get validation, that they are that much self-righteous and that moralistic, or they don't have anything to contribute to the society. They're not out there helping the actual victims, are they? No, they're not. So they pretend.
They're the kind of
On
people who like something on Facebook and think, well, that's my good deed for the day done. Like
Yeah,
a picture of a starving
exactly.
kid, you know.
I think
Yep.
we're all overcomplicating it. I don't think it's that deep at all.
It's not. It's not.
I didn't say it was deep.
Well,
I
don't
just
think
said they
it's-
need to get on with their fucking lives.
Well, I don't think they're. I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's just that they. I think it's just hate. It's just hate, and it's not that they're. They don't. They. It's just that they hate. They hate. They hate us. They hate us for what we have. They hate us for what they don't have. They hate us because their
themselves
life
more.
sucks.
I
They
think
hate us
yeah,
because
I think they hate themselves more.
right.
Yeah,
they
they
hate
project-
us because they suck. They hate us because we like each other. They hate us because they hate each other. They hate us because of all the things. And when you look at Minnow's channel, the stupid crap that she talked about with Steve are actually some of her higher viewed videos over the last month. They're not high viewed, but they are the highest viewed. So her stupid crap, drama crap, did get her some views. Not many, but more than the double digits, because she's not big.
It's like I feel like at that point, it's you're digging through shit for sweet corn
Exactly.
for those views, you know.
Yeah.
Well, here's another thing too, and I'm letting you all others speak. So the other thing is too, because we keep bringing up the views and all that shit. Now I know that we do have a Twitch streamer among us, Jack, and Twitch views are different than YouTube views, right?
I mean, he's talking about
Yeah.
numbers, yeah. Cheshka's like, 10 to 30 times what I get.
You know, I'm just saying by strictly numbers, by a general
you-
sized YouTube channel, general sized Twitch channel. The views are different.
Okay.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yeah. Go on.
So here's another thing. You notice something I noticed a long time ago? There's only very specific styles of drama channels that are successful. They're not going after one fucking person. Go learn a fucking skill. Go learn a fucking topic that actually fucking interests you instead of dogging on someone. Put it this way. The reason why I brought up Twitch. There is a person that I'm familiar with on Twitch. Recently became familiar with them. For the last 2 months, they basically just made $8,000. And yeah, they have, several thousand on the follower thing, but average view per video is somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 300, 400, 500, depending on the time. I mean, occasionally it'll get peaked up to about 5 to 1,000, but generally it's 200 to 300 people. And during the workday, it's usually like 80 to 100 people. He is making bank by doing stuff that people enjoy. And I'm not talking, a small little clusterfuck of people. I'm talking a lot of fucking people. Tens of thousands of people. That's the biggest disconnect that these people are seeing, or not seeing, excuse me, from, I'm trying to do this drama bullshit to get views and blah, blah, blah. It is so hard. Oh, woe is me, blah, blah. I got 500 fucking subscribers. Guess what? You just reached your criticality. Because you know what all those subs are? They're all fucking Steve haters. And you're not going to make that channel go much further. I mean, on average, how many does Unirock fucking have watching his streams? Maybe 100 at most? Ever? Come on, get the fuck on with your lives.
Yeah, I was like super sad when someone linked that fucking the Back to the Future predicted 9/11 video, and it's got like something in the range of like tens of thousands of views, and I was like, what? Who the fuck is watching this? But then I get some solace in noticing that like all of his recent videos barely get hundreds, so it's like, okay, maybe that one was just a fluke. Like some of my YouTube videos have like thousands more views than the others, and it's just a fluke sometimes.
I mean, Jeranism was a thing.
That's true.
I mean, she's not going to be able to move on from this. As soon as she moves on from Steve, the people, like she says, "Oh, the people in my chat just want me to go do something on the non-sect channel." Yeah, because they want to talk shit on Steve all day. Like that's all they wanted.
Well, it's a disconnect of like you do realize that your credibility when you talk about anything the fuck else is totaled until you actually fix what you've done wrong in this case. Like that's the way it works. The internet doesn't it's the internet. So unless you actually address the criticisms and the things that you got wrong, you're not going to be able to really move on because it's not even like anybody's stopping, like it's not like any of us are going to stop you, but you've lost you've lost your integrity, you've lost your credibility, you've lost your accountability. People can't trust you because you haven't verified any of the information you were putting out, which is why it was wrong.
I was gonna tweet something. I was gonna tweet something real mean regarding that, but I decided not to. But yeah, I'm doubling down on that real hard. If Minnow's listening, you have a lot to do to rebuild your integrity, and you really need to start. And you can start by not listening to the douchebags in your chat and actually do some research and put out some videos that are for real and on your own and not biased and with nobody in your ear. And you know what? My DMs are open if you want somebody to listen to and to get some information from. And I won't tell you to fuck off.
Yeah,
well, the thing is that she also doesn't have to. One of the things that I wanted to hit home on was that she didn't have to talk to anybody to get the information that she got wrong correct.
Right.
Someone in the live chat said, it's Adrius Staley from the live chat. They're saying, I watched your Jimmy stuff a couple of months ago, and then I saw the Kyle video, and I knew it was about to be real bad. I genuinely thought, she was just terribly misinformed, but holy crap. Yeah, holy crap.
People who are just genuinely misinformed don't behave the way she is behaving. People who genuinely care about getting the truth out and facts and what's accurate and verifying things don't behave the way she's been behaving.
And Adria said something really, also made that observation, Shesh, that you made. She is saying the fact she won't come to Shesh or anyone on this site tells us a lot. Exactly. I'm at a Discord server. She hasn't messaged me once. All she did was tell me off that she's feeling that and everybody must behave. That's all she did. That's it. And
well, that's actually one of the things that she said too. It's very interesting that when she's very specific about when she's saying that there's so many different sides when people are saying, hey, we get harassed by the people that you're supporting regularly. She's like, oh, well, there's more than two sides. But then when she's like, oh, I'm really overwhelmed in my Discord because you all are all overwhelming me in my Discord. And it's like, who is doing that? I only know one person who went into your Discord that I know. The rest are people that you are already talking to, the ones that are in the shit list people, like the shit tier level.
And the person that went into your Discord was there to basically inform you that you had a racist in your comment section of your YouTube channel. Was trying to help you out about the racist in your YouTube comments. You're welcome, by the way.
Oh yeah, she did comment about the call. Comment still there or not? I'll check it. Give me a second.
No, it's because she hasn't actually done anything. She's taken no action. This comment has been there for over a week now.
Yeah, over a week.
This is why it's
what did KZ,
what's the word that KZ Daisy used when she was talking about Jimmy Snow being a performative advocate or a performative feminist, or she's performative. She says she is, but all of her actions go against what she says she stands for.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all like for a show. It's all superficial. A performative activist and an advocate. Like, have a spine, Minnow, for fuck's sake.
Oh, we need another name for our dupe here. We got a new dupe, but we need to name him.
Mr. T.
Done.
Smiggly do.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
I'm gonna
probably
let
like the
chat.
same
I'm gonna let
exact
chat
person.
decide. I'll let chat decide because you guys have a voice in here. They don't, so I'll let chat pick.
Chat? Oh my god, you're gonna listen to YouTube chat? That's almost as bad as
Yeah.
listening to YouTube comments.
Right.
Asking to contract cancer. If anyone's curious right now, the game you can see on my screen is Monster Hunter 2.
If you check the stream that she came in with Steve and Manya, I was talking to her in the chat, and she was complaining about Steve and Warden, and I asked her, I'm like, wouldn't Steve's just not having any communication with Warden for several years like be enough? Like, wouldn't his actions be enough? And she's like, no. And I'm like, how are actions not enough? Like, what in what world are actions not enough? Like, what world am I living in? Are
When she
actions not
said
enough?
that she judged people based on their characters, I died laughing a little bit. I was like, you do know it's their behavior and their actions that determine whether or not, like, what they say is meaningful, and as well as when they say something and behave differently, that says something and a lot about their character, right?
But that it was striking to me now that she's willing to say one thing, like, oh yeah, I'm totally against bullying, and I'm totally against like racism and stuff, and then when it comes to leaving racist comments in her YouTube channel, she doesn't care. When it comes to the actions, that who cares?
Do as you're told, not as you see.
So
the comment is
it
still there.
matches what she was saying.
The comment is still there, and now all my charity is out of the window for her. Why? Because she had made a mistake where she had said that the Creepshow's docs happened in Dragonaut server, right? Under the Katie Joy video where she made that mistake, she immediately corrected it and said the Creepshow docs was in Unirock server, not Dragonaut server. So she's made that correction. So she is capable of doing that. So all this shit of not recognizing, where she was wrong and actually factually wrong. Yeah.
It just sounds like she's not basing it on
is
any
out of the
kind of
window
fact.
now.
That her sources are not facts and evidence. Her sources are people with opinions.
Yeah, and even now, if she says, "Oh, I've got a concussion, I was on a break, I take notes," my charity, even for all that, is out of the window now.
Well, it's because your concussion, because she's picking and choosing when her concussion actually applies. Right.
Exactly.
It's the same thing that Science First was doing, where the whole group of people, Fiona, Science First, Exiled, Spackle, all the people that are feeding her information, they only care, they pick and choose which victims to listen to, right?
Yep, double standards. That's what it is all about, double standards. It's the same, like Minnow is like, oh yeah, I'm going to protect my source, but fuck Steve's DMs. I will sprinkle them all over the internet. Like, so Steve does not deserve your protection. Oh, because he's not behaving a certain way that you wish him to behave as?
Even though Steve, by the way, and even though Steve, by the way, is a victim of these people and a victim of Kyle and a victim of harassment and stalking, right?
No. Steve is not a victim, okay, Chesh? Steve is the villain in these people's stories, and they are the righteous who must take him down. Anything bad that happens to Steve is justified.
Yep. I'm sorry, but I will not even talk about it now sarcastically even. It's too serious now. It's past that. Because Steve, when you listen to him now, he verifies so much. He justifies so much now. It's to the fact that it actually now, to me, it looks like that he It feels like he feels like a bashed victim. He speaks like a bashed victim. He justifies everything what he has said, even if it's a sarcasm, even if it's a joke. He verifies everything again and again. It's like almost it's past that sarcastic mark now. It's past being a joke now. It's very serious now, according to me. This guy has been on the receiving end of these fucking morons for 5 years now. And then they try and weaponize these new YouTubers who don't know what they're doing, who don't want to know what they're doing, they don't want to learn, they don't want to do their research properly, and they don't want to retract their statements when they go wrong. They want to double down on it because herp-a-derp, I've got 500 subscribers, motherfucker, I'm a big game now. Like, are you coming here again and again? Feel like that Steve also now gets re-victimized again and again when we talk about these motherfuckers, when we address these motherfuckers. From next time, if any other this random YouTuber comes in, oh, I'm looking into the NSS show, I will just tell Steve, just go tell them to go and look at the court documents and just shut up. Don't talk to these wannabes again. Ever. It's way past that now. I'm sorry, I just can't. I just can't make a joke of this anymore. It's too serious now for me.
I think the fact
Oh,
that
sorry,
somebody...
I didn't mean to trigger you so hard, Manya. I was only joking.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, I was thinking that... What if she wanted to come in here? Like, what if she appeared in the chat and wanted to come in here? And I was thinking about what I would ask. And I had a question involving her little mini-series there. And it was, what line of reasoning led her to make a series about the non sequitur show, and had her add Warden in there? Like, tell me the line of reasoning. Go from non sequitur and lead me to Warden. Go.
So is this another thing to where it's going to be Steve's a man, so he's bad too? Because there's a lot of women that are bashing him too, by the way.
It's just that these people come in and they confuse who's responsible for what happened to them, and everybody becomes a villain in their life story. Everyone who comes in. And that's a very good question. What does EDW have to do with NSS? Nothing. It was just a hit piece. A hit piece on Steve. It was even worse than the Daily Mail.
It wasn't even right. Like, if you're gonna shit on Steve, shit on Steve. I think Steve is a dumb fuck. I think Steve is a dumb fuck pretty regularly, and I say as much.
Yeah, like, no.
How can you say that? You're in a cult. How can you say anything about a glorious leader like that?
He got voted out. Our glorious leader is actually Burger King.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. I never keep up with the times.
And also, she might come in and say, oh, I was going to talk about the history, and I was going to talk about the people, who are involved in NSS. Okay, I get that. Then why didn't you talk about Kyle's past? You don't have to talk about Kyle's drug use, but you can talk about that he was a felon.
You can talk about that he did drugs without talking about how that he acknowledged that he is in fact a drug addict or whatever, without actually analyzing his mental health or going after that at all. Which was her excuse, but it only applied to Kyle, by the way. It doesn't apply to Warden, because I guess he's too much of a piece of shit, or Steve, or anybody else.
Yeah.
What about Warden's mental health? I mean, we super duper care about the felon Kyle's mental health, because he didn't show up to court because he wasn't in a good mental state.
Oh yeah.
How about this? Can I ask Chad a question?
No.
This will be an easy one. Here, this will be an easy one. You won't have to do anything. Or no, it'll be a press 1 or 2. Press 1 if Kyle's drug use had no impact on the non sequitur show. 2 if Kyle's drug use had any impact and should have been mentioned when doing a show about the non sequitur show.
Considering that there was actually an episode where you see Kyle do a line while he was on with Casey,
What, really? I didn't know about that.
I mean,
yeah.
You can speculate that it looked very suspicious.
I mean, I can't really say much. Like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Well,
It
Ben,
does look.
the-
It does look like it.
well, the thing is that Ben has also said, yeah, no, he was doing drugs during the show, like while he was live.
Wow.
Half of the chat
Oh,
was
yeah,
commenting about him grinding his
one
teeth and
thing
swinging
that,
in his chair. Yep.
Yeah.
He abused Ben. He stalked Ben, and he tried to intimidate Ben. None of that talk. That's related to NSS. That's related to Kyle, who is part of the NSS trivia, if we might dare say. I say there were many more people in that should have been included. What about Godless Engineer? You know, all that yada yada yada. Again, yada yada yada. But it's like she didn't talk about that. So again, as Shesh is saying, these double standards, astounding double standards, when she didn't even get to talk to Kyle. Steve was at least talking to her before he stopped for a genuine reason. So did she feel slighted by Kyle? No. Then why is she feeling slighted by Steve that he stopped talking to her for a genuine reason? And then she went on and did this hit piece on him, and which was even like, and we were just sitting there. That was also a shitty job of a hit piece. Like,
I mean, according to chat, Kyle's drug use did affect Non Sequitur show, but you know what absolutely had no effect on the Non Sequitur show? Warden.
No, it did. He was stealing money because of that.
Well, that's what he said. Yeah, it did. It did affect the show. But, you know, what didn't affect the show was Warden. Alicia in the chat says, as a recovering drug addict, I can honestly say that his content was absolutely inappropriate and super triggering when I saw it. And I saw it. I knew exactly what he was doing. It was obvious. You want to talk about caring about victims?
Yeah. Far out.
Well, that's all it is. It's all just downplaying Kyle and upplaying Steve, right?
Yeah.
Steve's so bad he talked to a guy. Oh my god.
He talked to a guy once, I hear. Let's kill him.
Yeah, Kyle, I can't remember whose channel he did it on. Kyle and Steve both did an interview on a certain channel, sort of near the middle of the Non Sequitur show's existence. And Kyle went into great detail. And I don't think she used any of that information because she probably was completely unaware of that video.
Yeah, probably. Which, you're talking about
Kyle talked
Worley?
about his time. What?
Which channel, which one are you talking about?
I don't think it was, David Worley or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was, but it could have been. They did one or two major interview type shows, and one of them, it was 2018 or so, I think, was Kyle going into his background and everything that had happened and his drug abuse, and the beginning of the Non Sequitur show where he was just doing random interviews with people in, quote unquote, the greater Great Debate community outside of, Steve's GDC, and how they teamed up because Steve's hey, we can make this into a YouTube channel, not just some random interviews you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. I can kind of forgive her for not finding that because I don't even know where that is. I just remember listening to those interviews and thinking they were super extremely interesting.
I'm pretty sure that was the interviews on David Worley's channel.
Yeah,
if I think I know what you're talking about, I think that's what it was. But the thing was is she didn't even have conversation with anybody who might know that this shit even existed, right?
Yeah, she didn't even reach out to find out what actual factual sources she could use, and if somebody asked her, she could be like, oh, I got that from this video, oh, I got that from this document. She didn't even respond to that. She just said, I can't share it. What are you from some noir film in your mind? You can't share your sources, they're secret.
Well, the most insulting part is the stuff that she pretended to have read or gotten, she got wrong. So I mean, it's we don't even know what she actually looked up.
I know that that's going to be compared to what Steve was saying.
Well, there's a difference
in regard to the court case, which is completely different. Yeah.
There's also this idea that her reasoning in the side chat of Steve's was that when she was talking to Steve and when she was still in the side chat before she came in, her reasoning for not saying who her sources was because they were afraid that we would attack or dox them. That, like, they felt threatened by us. And that's why she didn't want to reveal who it was she talked about. And she's like, I don't know if that's true, but I quote-unquote respect their fear. But she didn't say that initially. She had to be pressured to say that that's why, and not just saying that we doxed people, because immediately everybody was like, based on what? And she's like, oh no, they're afraid you're gonna do that. And she just basically threw her source under the bus. But then immediately she turns around and goes to, well, actually, you know who my sources are, and actually thank you to my Discord, to all the people giving me information in the Discord. And if you look at her Discord, you can see exactly who the fuck is in there, and now she's like, oh, well, why do you even think those are my sources? And it's like, what are you talking about?
We still don't know who your sources are. We don't care who your sources are. What we want to know is how you vetted your sources. How did you justify that that's a good source? That's what we want to know. What was your method? What method did you follow?
How did you
I
vet
did
the
the method
information?
of pulling it out from my ass.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest,
How did you filter them?
if
By the looks of it, you don't have any filtering system. You don't have any vetting system. You just listen to whoever is nice to you, I guess. And then it's so like frustrating that I will repeat this again and again. She was so protective of her source, but fuck Steve. His privacy means nothing. I'm gonna sit here on my throne. I'm gonna blast Steve's DMs all over the internet for everyone to see. Fuck Steve.
We got
here's
12 months from Nikki says, a year, holy crap, trolls get good. And RNGD Gaming for 4 months says, trolls, I already told you they need to be $20 plus.
Yeah, I set the bar too high.
Hey Manya, let's do a little exercise, a little hypothetical exercise. How shocked would you be if her sources were the people in her Discord?
Not at all.
Right?
Because we're speaking the same language. That's why.
Yeah. We wouldn't be shocked at all. And would we dox them? No, because we don't give a crap. Because it's the same crap they've been saying for years. We don't care. It's just another
doxing
one.
is such a fucking, like, anyone with any, like, again, like I said earlier, accuse the enemy of that which you are guilty. Like, if they're afraid of getting doxed, that is a big red flag for me. That they're the kind of people that would dox if they had like a malicious enough reason to. If they hated you enough, they definitely would. I mean, we've heard those vague threats before, haven't we, Cheshire?
Oh yeah.
They made direct threats at me. Everyone we forgot Team Skeptic.
Well, it wasn't even just Team, because keep in mind about who was working with and who Team was talking to at that time, right? It's the Gory and Not of McCrazies. There's a whole set of there's a whole slew of these people.
Those people who threatened to dox me are in Savage Minnow's Discord server right now. So, just saying.
Right.
And the people who try to intimidate me.
Well, she's being all buddy-buddy with Exiled, right? Who is all buddy-buddy with Agrippa, who is the racist person who threatens people and is also an ableist piece of shit. So, by the way, which is all behavior that Exiled encourages and has historically done so, right?
Also, he's the guy who just said yesterday that as long as your ableism or racism is in the form of a nickname, then it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy who called me Smelly Hairy Punjab, that guy? Yeah.
Yeah, so if he used that as your nickname, then it's totally fine.
It's like and these are the people who hang out with that guy and immediately throw him under the bus as soon as we call them out. Like, what the fuck are you doing with this guy? Oh no, he's not with us. and then they throw him. But then they interact with him. They talk.
No,
with
they
him.
don't. They don't throw him under the bus at all. They do the same kind of thing that ProLib or Ethan did when he was like, "Oh, I totally told Kyle that he has to turn himself in. Here's a screenshot of me saying, "Hey Kyle, publicly I have to say that you should turn yourself in."
You know, publicly, I'll have to tell people that I told you that you have to turn yourself in, right? Right? You get me?
You know.
That's what it is. Oy, oy, oy. So, it's like, yeah, like, you want to be on YouTube, fine, but then there will be people who will call you out, and then you can't act like, oh, woe me. You can't do that. Sorry.
Well, I mean, no, she had the opportunity to do that. She had the opportunity that, oh, actually, I just got this information from other people, and oh, I actually got it from here. I will go and correct it. She doubled down instead. She refused to correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were quiet. We pulled back.
She had a week. She had over a week to sort this shit out.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, and then the thing was, she's like, oh, I took a week off. It's like, yeah, you did. And then you came back and doubled down. You had a week to think about it, and you were like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah, and all her concern is right at the moment is that she's overwhelmed on the Discord server. Whose fault is that? You put the link out, honey.
Well, it's not even, not only is it your own responsibility to manage that, but also the people that are in there are the same people that are in your comment section. It's not us.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I might have just commented since yesterday in her Discord. After that, since yesterday, I've been quiet. I might have, like, maybe had a back and forth with Exiled and the Holy Spackle, and maybe a couple of others, but after that, I've just kept quiet. You know why? There's a reason for that. Because you will know exactly how they behave when they know they are under observed, that they are being observed. Just watch and learn, honey. Just watch and learn. You'll see. And the minute I leave, you'll see what will happen to them. Let me just say, you're in control of your server at the moment only because I'm in there.
Yeah, quite frankly, yeah, it is. Manya is currently the one protecting what's happening in your server right now. Just her presence is basically keeping a lid down on the shenanigans that will undoubtedly ensue.
Yep.
And there will be shenanigans.
Yep. As soon as I leave, you'll see what will happen, and you will
look
be
at the
like,
racist comments that are already on your channel. Like, it's already there. It's already started.
You have attracted that crowd by associating with the people you're associating with at the moment. So, just saying. It's not. Shesha's videos don't have any racist comments. Steve's videos don't have any racist comments. They are removed the minute. Shesh and Steve keep a very close eye on their comments. So much so they have, like, if I'm not wrong, you have keywords filtered out, Shesh, if I'm not wrong.
I've gotta, with the amount of times these people have tried to dox others, yes, there are specific keywords that I've had to be sure to remove, so that way people do not, it makes that at least a little bit more difficult. Because these people are fucking doxers. Because they actually do put out people's private information. Wow, shocking. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, mine has already been put out. My first name is known, that's fine, I don't care about that. But my university has been put out by these people. And one of them tried to intimidate me by saying that, oh, I hired a private investigator in your country to, to find out details about you.
Oh, and that they also said, hey, I know people in your area, you better watch out.
Oh, yeah.
Exiled's friend Agrippa did that.
Oh, yeah, and Menace, too. Another one of their friends.
Oh, yeah, Menace, who's stalking people, yeah. Making threats towards them.
And you know who hangs out with these people? Negative Exponents. He's also in your Discord server. He hangs out with these people. He interacts with these people. Oh, of course, they're responsible for their own actions. Really? This is all superficial. This is all superficial. In the background, they're all just, yeah, we somehow deserve this behavior for some reason.
Well, of course, they're all, they downplay their own shit and don't address their own shit, and they're perfectly fine with it, right? So, Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as I see it, and I think that Minnow is just a tool that they're using, like, for their own enjoyment.
Oh yeah, I said that. Didn't I said that earlier? Like, I feel like she's been propped up by other people. Yeah, for this specific reason.
Yes. Oh, the same thing that they did with Nick Suter, the same thing that they did with Jim, the same thing that they did with, I don't know, you want a list? You want a list? I could probably make one.
They did it to Jim too.
They did. How about the fact that we've got confirmation that they were making threats towards Chris Attlee when they said that they were going to be working with Steve on a show called Over Under, the atheist pastor, over on Hereticals. What about Crenshaw? What about how they've tried to go after Kren? Kren's like so tertiarily related to Steve too. Like he barely talks to Steve. He just saw some weird things and asked some questions, and because of that, he was attacked. That thing that you're saying that people that are on Steve's side did is the shit that they did to Kren when he was like, what are you talking about? They did the same thing to fucking Reverend when they brought up his dead dad. They're doing the same thing to Egghead. They weaponize the dead regularly. I still have screenshots of Nate doing that shit.
Kren's being attacked currently. He's on like day 12 now of a Grippa like rampage or a. I mean, it's been going on forever. Yeah, it's been going on for so long. I mean, I've been trying to help out to keep the fit going because it's hilarious as far as I'm concerned. But
Shesh, if I may advise you something, I'll put it in the voice channel shenanigans.
Sure.
Let me see. Yeah, give me a sec. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, but yeah, it's like
your evidence was fucking nothing. Changed my mind.
That's Al. I'm putting something there.
Oh my god, Al, that's hilarious. I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah, that's awesome. See what I started, Shesh? That's me. Give credit.
That
to
was
me.
you. That was absolutely you. Why would you do this?
I was like, there's not enough Shesh in this world.
I'm kind of back. Had a bunch of in-house stuff to do.
Oh, welcome back.
Of course. Oh, you have a life outside of internet? Oh, surprise.
I know, right?
Mow the lawn and unscrew up the vacuuming robot because it got stuck somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
No, I don't care if they're streaming my stream. So what? What else is new? I'm sure Misha will have an issue with that though, because you know that's really problematic, and they're stealing my content, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
my
she should be
God.
over there complaining.
Why would they
because
need to stream your stream when your channel's fully available?
Because they're dumb shits. Oh, hey, I said a thing. Nikki said something and called you out. I still have yet to get any real hate from all this. Why did all these people? Because they actually have a longer, bigger voice in this community? Hey, guess what? Fuck you. I'm here too. I dare you all fuckers to come throw some shit at me. It ain't gonna affect me.
I know, right? My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/thejackofhearts. Come troll the fuck out of my chat. See where that goes. I love having fun with hecklers in my chat. They are fun as hell. I never block anyone. I never ban anyone except those fucking bots. You want a good time? Come to my chat and we'll talk.
At least now we know where they were coming from.
I only have. I don't stream. I might stream if I can get off one of the medications that I'm taking, but that all depends. But I only have one rule for trolls, and that is you won't be blocked as long as you're funny.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's the rule I have too. Even half of my mods I can't stand, but they're funny, so I keep them around.
Slightly different rule.
I'm sure, surely Misha Griffith would take some kind of issue with streaming my live stream, right? And the thing is
Yeah.
keep in mind that
Yeah.
the thing that I was the premiere that I was watching was on an unmonetized channel. So, and you know, not like I said, not that I care. Go for it. You wanna watch? You wanna talk about it? It's fine. We're probably just gonna pre-debunk whatever you say. So we did that already. We do that every time.
Who wants to,
Hi,
who wants to bet that they're just
Hi,
restreaming it and barely
How you
commenting?
doing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, actually, you know what? I've even got a better thing. Since I'm not around on YouTube that much these days, go to Twitch. Go to the channels that I hang out and pull your shit there. You guys will be decimated there. I dare you. Come on. Come after
Yeah,
me.
if you want, the server's on.
Misha, if I may say,
Okay.
Misha Griffith is in the live chat right now, so I'm sure she must have told them off to stop streaming your live stream because they're not doing it anymore. I'm sure it was Misha Griffith, Shesh.
Oh, I mean,
I'm so-
surely she would be in there arguing about that and fighting about that, right? Because, like, you know, it's stealing, right? At least my
Should I go
channel's
and say-
fucking monetized.
Should I go say hi in the live chat and ask them how they're doing?
Nah, who
Maybe I
cares?
should do that.
If you want to. I mean, I'm not gonna stop you, but whatever.
Watch them dislike.
I made it real simple. There's my Twitch handle right there in chat. Come on. Come after me. I dare y'all fuckers.
I think we got very
I
sidetracked
wouldn't
by the
fuck you,
trolls.
but I will set us a nice candlelit dinner for a slow and sensual fucking.
So who wants to be surprised that it's Spackle's channel?
It is.
Wow.
Oh, Holy Spatula. Yeah, that I'm sure that's Holy Spackle's channel.
It is. It's one of Spackle's, you know, multiple accounts because she needs so many because she keeps getting blocked for being a fucking shithead.
Hey, it's almost like don't be a shithead and shit won't, you can actually keep up with your life instead of having to focus everything on IRL shit or online shit instead of IRL.
Even Rockalot is in there. Our
Of
union.
course the fuck he is.
Oh my god, why are you so obsessed with who my sources are? Oh my god, why are your sources so obsessed with us?
That's a brilliant way of putting it.
Yeah, we already know who your sources are. That's the thing. Like, we know who your sources are. We just don't know why you're using them as sources.
Smitty1 super likes to stay up late eating. He's our researcher, so we're probably this colony is going to die really fast because our researcher is Smitty1.
Oh, jeez.
We're screwed,
Someone
guys.
French thing.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
I might
hey,
also-
Minnow's actually over there at the moment.
Oh,
Well,
is she? Okay.
Right.
I mean, she talked a lot of shit on you guys. It's only fair that you guys would get an opportunity to respond and say what you have to say about her accusations about you guys.
Deleted that racist comment yet?
Yeah, what about that racist comment on her YouTube channel? I guess she can just leave it there, since, she cares so much about victims
Oh
and
yeah.
hates bullying. Or she likes to talk about it. She likes to pretend to be like an ally or whatever.
Well, she likes to say that she doesn't want people harassing the creator she talks about, but she's in the live stream of the people who harass the creator she was talking about. I'm amazed.
The racist is in the Holy Spatula's live stream at the moment. The busiest fandom, yeah, and they actually admitted that it was them. So they're okay with this behavior. Oh, cool.
So she's rubbing elbows with the people who harass us, while she's saying it's okay or not okay to harass us. Okay, I think I'm getting. I think I'm seeing what's going on
Katie
here.
for 5 says, I've been lurking for a while, so hi everyone. I'm sorry you guys are going through this. Some people just want something to be mad about. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't really have to feel sorry, I don't think. Just if you recognize what the hell's going on, I think that's more than enough most of the
I want to
time.
finish what I'm doing real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, my
Like,
daughter
nobody's
entered the room and
there's no call to action here, right? There's no call to action about what anybody ought to do. I just wanted to give you guys a voice on how you felt and what you thought about the situation.
Yeah, okay. I think so.
I think if someone really, really wants information about the non-sec case, there are 1,000 better sources, and clearly that person didn't try. Minnow just didn't try or want to try, because they already had a preconceived notion of what they wanted, you know, where they were going with it.
I mean, that's what they said, right? That, like, Minnow admitted to saying that, oh, well, having that conversation with Steve just confirmed all of my preconceived notions about Steve that I said I didn't have. Okay.
It wasn't. I don't even think it went that far. I think that it was basically like she had some people in chat who really wanted to use her like a bicycle to hate on Steve, and then she's like, "Where do I install these training wheels?" And then she got them installed, and then she's like, "Wee, ride me!" And then that's all it's been ever since. Like, I think
Phrasing.
I didn't want to say it.
that's been it. I don't even think that. I don't even think that she really. I think that if she woke up tomorrow and everybody just said, everybody over there just said "fuck you," I don't even think that she would even have even a bone to pick with Steve. I don't even think that it would even be a big deal.
She's at this point. She is at this point still saying, "Hey Steve, I don't know. I still don't understand what my problem is with you. You got information wrong. Said you would correct it. Lied in saying that you were corrected it. You didn't correct it, and you still haven't corrected the information that you got wrong in the first place. This isn't rocket science to understand why somebody who was stolen from, why somebody who is a victim of fraud would take issue with you lying about them and getting the facts of the information about their situation wrong. That's not a weird thing. That is a normal human reaction to people being shitheads about them and trying to spread ongoing lies about them that have been debunked for 2 years. You're behind.
Yeah.
You're late. You're slow. Catch up.
You get nothing. Good
You
day,
get
sir.
nothing. Good day, sir. Everyone is dumber for having listened to what you had to say. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Mercy on your soul.
She is Savage Minnow is right now on the Holy Spackles channel, and she's live on this stream right now.
Of course she
And,
is. To the surprise of fucking nobody.
You know what we need to do? You need to load up their stream, and then they load up our stream, and then we can respond to each other finally.
Watch this stream. I can stream them.
Did she respond to your
there is no
message on
point.
Twitter yet, Josh?
There's no point
And
because
it would just be funny as hell.
Did she respond
no
to your
point.
message on Twitter yet?
there's no point talking
Not that
to
I know
her
of.
because
point talking to
she is their vehicle. She is their vehicle. I will not talk to a bike. There is no point.
No, but we could watch them and see what the fuck their excuses are.
I think the term you're looking for is tool. She's been used like a tool. Because she's a tool.
I still don't agree with that. She's her own person. She makes her own decisions. She
And
decided.
I think you
both.
overestimate people a little bit there, Manya. I
The
think
answer is both, right? The answer is that she is her own person. She's making shitty, dumb decisions, and those shitty, dumb decisions are boosting and being taken advantage of by these people. It's both.
yeah, true.
We can watch it if you want to and see how she cries victim on there.
Let's not. I've had enough of her cringiness for enough
Okay,
days.
okay.
I mean, you
So-
don't.
One of the
Check it up to you.
things is that, like, it's been very, like, she's had a week to reach out to me. She has yet to respond to me directly on Twitter and has yet to respond to actually having the conversation. So she's had plenty of time to reach out to any of us, and she won't do it. All right, she's more comfortable going to talk to racists than she is to talk to any of us, who have gone out of our way to be nice to her and offer her shit. This is why I said Steve was the dumb fuck of the Dumb Fuck Friday. She was not the dumb fuck this Friday. She wasn't. She wasn't. She did exactly what was to be expected. She did exactly what was to be expected.
And now Cheshire's gonna get sued because she called Steve a dumb fuck.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Was she a dependable bike?
Oof.
I'm gonna get sued.
Do you think I should make my guys wash their hands twice in and out of this room? Maybe.
I don't know.
Was that a euphemism? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
No,
but,
I'm not saying anything sexual. I'm just saying that I would rather her not be a tool. And
I meant about the washing hands thing. Was that a euphemism?
Oh, I have no idea.
It's like she likes to be mollycoddled. She likes to be, that.
She's the thing is she's very selectively sensitive too, right? So she's super sensitive about betrayal and how she felt betrayed by Jimmy as she's currently stabbing Steve in the back, right?
Yep.
Right. It's funny that weird.
And okay, so you don't owe Steve anything. Okay,
nobody
fine.
said you did owe Steve anything. You owe your audience to get shit right, like you said you did.
I looked at that
Right.
By that
that
same logic,
stream.
we don't owe you anything. So if you feel like you sorry.
Well, yeah, that's the pick a lane. Either Steve owes her and she owes everybody else, and she owes the people of the community an apology for how she how she treated these people that she never fucking spoke to, and then shit on them and said she spoke to them when she didn't, and lied.
She's just a liar.
Or Steve doesn't owe her anything and she needs to retract that shit too because nobody owes anybody anything. So take your pick. Which one is it?
The fact that stream is labeled in such a way that it insinuates that you're doing this on Steve's behalf, like this stream right now is on Steve's behalf, is like the funniest, stupidest thing.
Yeah, guys,
I don't know how more obvious I can make what a stream is about between my thumbnail and my fucking the content within it and the title. This is for you guys. This is for the community to respond to somebody who was shitting on them. She talked shit on you guys. And she asked for people who supported Steve to tell her why and respond to her. And Stalker, don't talk about me talking about you. You need to address all this shit, and then when we address all this shit, you fucking cry about it. You are selective. You only care about yourselves.
They've always wanted it both ways, though, Chess. They've always wanted it like we can do whatever we want, but you're not allowed to. We're not going to hold ourselves to the same standards we hold you.
Well,
Shocking.
also, she said that a bunch of people from our community she tried to reach out to, and she was told to fuck off and told terrible things to. And
Right.
I don't believe that happened. I don't believe that anybody in our community would ever talk to her that way. I'd like to see proof before I believe that.
She can't share the source of that because that would be herself.
I mean, it depends on who it was. Like, if like Kyle messaged me tomorrow, I would literally just say, "Wow, fuck off." Like, not that he would. I'm just saying, but
what we're talking about here is that
no, there's no way that would happen.
This is a verifiable lie. She said she publicly reached out to people and they told her to fuck off publicly. Feline did the search to see anybody saying to her on Twitter, fuck off, or the word fuck. Nothing came up. Zero.
And
nothing.
if it was in her,
So
was in her YouTube comments, why doesn't she share them? Does she not know
Well,
how to use Twitter?
It's not even, she specified Twitter. And so that was a lie. So on top of that, she then said after telling her to go fuck off on Twitter publicly, and when she asked all these people, whoever the fuck they are, they then went into DMs to harass her and tell her what a bad person she is. Right? So what? Where? What are you talking about? The first half was already you can demonstrate that that's a lie. Easily.
Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, Cheshire.
Yeah, and things that are just stated without proof can be dismissed, so I guess we just dismiss all 4 of her videos.
Yeah. But they should be deleted anyway, shouldn't they? I've forgotten. What was the stance on that?
Well,
what
she
the
was
standard
saying
in
that anytime she got something wrong or she didn't believe something that was said in a video, that it should be deleted. The video should be deleted, and it should be rectified, right? So she has done none of those things. on top of, and after acknowledging that she was wrong, and that she can be easily shown to be wrong. But on top
Unless
of that,
there was a way for her to delete them and then undelete them. I don't believe in this delete. Oh wait, I changed my mind.
right. It's just like a slew of, like, the standard is all over the fucking place, right?
No
All of our
standards.
standards are.
So again, once again, we lead back to the very first thing said in this live stream. Same shit, different day.
It's like the standard is convenience. That's what it is. If it's convenient for her, it's a standard.
No.
If it's not convenient for her, then it's not a standard at all. So yeah, it's quite obvious now. And she will go to people who will mollycoddle her, who will tell her, "No, honey, you're fine. You're fine. You did everything fine. You're doing
Look at
good.
how much they're harassing you. Look at how they're twisting what you've said as I play it and show exactly what she said.
Oh wow!
It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. You're a joke. Why should anybody take you seriously? Why should anybody take any of your sources seriously? Why even? Why this? Why
She
you?
has a YouTube channel. Anyone who has a YouTube channel deserves to be respected and, like, you listen to.
You know what?
Because they don't just give
God.
YouTube channels out to anyone, do they?
I should leave her Discord server and let's see what goes on in there then. Like, we can't see, but she will observe what will go on there then. If I leave her Discord server.
I think this very short and annoying chapter is coming to a close. You should just leave the Discord and let's just move on.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything in there. Like, they're just repeating the old shit, debunked shit again and again. That's
Yeah,
all.
at the end of the day, Minnow's made her choices. She's made her bed. She's dug her own grave, if you prefer that analogy. But there's nothing else to do, is there?
Nope.
Yeah, it's just they're stuck in a repeat and believe mindset.
Yeah.
I want to say, though, I think the biggest mistake that she made was it wasn't even listening to these people. Like, I don't even think that was the biggest mistake. Going in and having these people talk in your ear, okay, maybe she believed them. Okay, I'll give her that. Okay, fine. So she believes people that she thinks are her friends. People do that. Okay, fine. She goes out there and she spouts a bunch of crap. Fine. Okay. Her worst mistake is then going out and lying about it. Saying that all this research I did and all this other stuff that I did, that was bullshit.
And the double down. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, and then the double down.
And, but I've lost all my charity for her at this point because we know she's capable of accepting mistakes that don't harm. But as of
unless it's any of us, right? She accused. What did she do? She's never spoken to me, never asked me dick, and accused me of being aware of lies that I was just allowing to stand, whatever the fuck that means. And so I didn't get an answer to that. She demanded that people come and talk to her, demanded that she get this information, and then has said that anybody who did talk to her was a shithead. And yet it's like, but she doesn't answer. She's had, like I said, she's had over a week. So at what point am I supposed to expect this charity? Not to mention that she was supposedly doing all this research ahead of time. So who the fuck are you talking about? Right?
Yeah. It's,
Put up or shut up. Is it that really that offside for somebody who you called a fucking liar to be like, where did I lie? Go cry about it. Die salty. Jesus Christ. God damn.
I am slightly reminded of the situation from like last month in the whole uni rock where it was like, you know, he wants to talk to you, he doesn't want to talk to you, he wants to talk to you, like, and then we have that whole live stream. Like, it's just that. Are we just going to do that every month? Are we just going to do this? Is someone new going to come along every month to make us do this fucking bullshit?
If they have their way, yes.
They just really want us to stop making. They want all of us to stop making videos on anything that isn't to do with them or their own drama bullshit.
Oh, and they want us to answer their questions every single time, because anytime we don't answer the way they want us to answer, it's not good enough, right? Or that, hey, if you disagree, right? You're a bad person, or hey, my morals are better than your morals, or and it's like, no, this isn't what this conversation is about, because you're too immature to be even able to have the conversation in the first place.
And it's not wrong to be emotional. Let's just say that.
No, of course
It's
not.
No, but when you can't direct them effectively, efficiently, and it becomes other people's problems, that's when it's wrong. Your being emotional shouldn't be my problem to solve or to deal with. Simple as that. Even if
Right,
I'm
it's
your
not my job to cater to you, correct.
Even if I'm your sibling, it shouldn't be my problem. As an adult. Maybe as a minor, maybe. If I'm your guardian, maybe. But as an adult, hell nah.
Helios makes a point and says she doesn't, referring to Minnow, doesn't answer or acknowledge anyone that tries to talk to her that doesn't start with saying she is completely correct or you fully agree with everything she says. It sounds familiar. Like, all of this is like, you've seen it before.
Confirmation bias? Is that what it is?
Something
Yeah,
like
definitely
that.
not a good place to start. But yeah, we may see this often. I mean, it's really sad, but I guess it really all depends. We'll see when this gang or this troop of people, I guess when they go out bike shopping next. Maybe Minna will be with them. I guess we'll see.
Oh god.
I guess so.
It's childish. She can stay with that group. They can have her for all I care. But it shouldn't become my problem. It shouldn't be Steve's problem. It shouldn't be Shesha's problem. But the problem is
It's not our
people...
job to do her work for her if she's doing research, correct? Yep.
Nope. And just cause you have like a few hundred followers doesn't mean you're some big shit on internet. You still cannot demand people to come and talk to you. You still cannot demand answers for them. They still don't owe you anything. And that does not mean that you take it as a silence is not consent. That's the most basic rule every woman knows out there. And even if it involves a man like Steve, just cause he went silent didn't give you the green light to go and just do a hit piece on him because you decided to cook up your own stories about him. That's not it. Just cause you have a few hundred followers. That's not how it works. And then if you decided to do that, own it when other people come and call you out on it. Own that shit.
What did I miss?
Not double down, own it. Very different. Two very different things.
Well, that was the word, that's the two words that they were talking about is integrity, and the one that science first showed up was accountability. Where's the accountability for fucking supporting Kyle like you said you didn't do? Right? Where's Minnow's accountability for actually correcting the shit that she agreed that she got wrong and that she would correct? It doesn't exist because they don't have integrity. They don't take accountability for the shit. Even Keemstar gave Katie the benefit of the doubt, and then he took that back. He acknowledged what he got wrong and rescinded that. So where you want to be when you're worse than Keemstar is in a lot of shit.
Also, here, I'll do your job for you, honey. There was that thought that came in my mind, and I think I've had a brain fart after that. So it's like, what was the thought? Damn it! I lost it. Fuck.
It's gone. It's gone forever.
Gone forever.
One of my Smitties is missing. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Slipping on the floor. Smitty says, where's Steve's charity money from Science First, Chesh? Yeah, good question. One Warped Angel for 1999 said, so glad I found all of you, heart. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. And, like, it's a lot to, like, withstand the amount of, like, absurd nonsense that we do put up with, and that we still... What I want to say is, like, to the people who are following, to the people who become members, to people like Steve, who... and the Hereticals, Christopher Atley, and the people who are able to, you know, see through this bullshit, thank you. And secondly, to the people who are making, still making content despite that, and making their content not all about that thing all of the time, only forever, thank you. Thank you for being able to work through that and making sure that's not, like, the only thing we're all stuck talking about 100% of the time. Because it sucks. We don't really want to have these conversations, right? We don't really want to have to do that. But
I agree. And
As you
Adrian
do.
chat says that it is too much energy to waste, and I agree to an extent. I do think that this kind of thing is valuable in that it is a good exercise for practicing things like empathy and like mental exercises and community and that kind of thing. I think it's important for us to be able to have these kind of challenges to keep us engaged. And I do treasure it in those ways, but it can be very taxing. But
Keep each other honest too. Like I think I
Right.
speak for everyone here that if you ever caught me making like drama videos about someone that like was just pointless, I think you guys would just say, stop. Someone would call me out.
we would probably just be like, what are you doing?
Like, why? Say, hey guys, I've made I dropped a new video about such and such. It's so cool. It's like, yeah, I'm just talking shit for 45 minutes.
unsubscribe.
Do you
Please.
have,
Like, any of you guys are sub to me anyway. Come on.
does anybody have anything that they want to add before we start wrapping up?
This game is a bitch, and I've died like 6 times. My world
That's
record is
rough.
over by now.
If anyone did what you were saying just now, I would probably subscribe to them just so I could unsubscribe.
The sass.
That
My
sounds
thing
like a
would be-
surefire way to get subscribers then.
For about 2 seconds.
Meow.
I would say, if you really want to research it. Don't expect other people to work for you. They don't owe you any explanations. And don't cry if you get called out. And don't pretend that you're ready to listen to both the sides when you're just listening to one side. Don't pretend.
Don't lie
while you're
about it.
gaslighting. Don't lie about it, and don't.
Yeah, that's such an
gaslight the other
easily
side by
why
ignoring-
Sorry,
Hold on.
sorry, go ahead.
Don't gaslight the other side by claiming that you want to listen to both sides, and then ignoring the other side when they're talking to you. Right?
Yeah, could
Yes.
you give me some?
And don't then pretend that, and then don't lie that they were rude to you or they called you names and shit. And come with your receipts. For fuck's sake, come with your receipts, or else it didn't happen.
Yeah,
And I'm-
Pixar, as the old internet adage goes, Pixar didn't happen.
And we have done as much as work for you. I'll finish with this. You don't seem to get what re-victimization of victims means. When you bring up an issue, especially when you bring up someone who has been accused of a crime again and again, without the permission of the victims, that's re-victimizing them. That's making them go through the trauma because you're doing it on a public platform where they might come across it and it might trigger the trauma again. Stop it. And why is it different from Katie
It's
Joy?
time to
She brought it
stop.
up. She brought it
time
up.
to stop, okay?
To the public. That's what the difference is. Learn. And your ignorance is not my problem, is not anyone else's problem. Get educated or else fuck off. That's all I have to say. Your
Okay,
ignorance is not my problem or anyone else's problem. It shouldn't become our problem. That's what adults do. They deal with their issues themselves. They don't make it other people's problems.
Yeah, Lexi Chu in my chat, who's listening to this right now, just asked a very good question. Where are your parents?
Well, I mean, her mom does a cooking show with her. If you're talking about Minnow, like her mom's on her channel, so do you really want to associate your mom with this shit? I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, I don't know, because like a little tangential story here. So like last year there was loads of stuff that came out about like Smash players, if anyone remembers that, like those are sexual harassment shit.
Yes.
Yes. In that spilled over to the speedrun.
You muted yourself by
What?
accident.
Oh shit! Sorry, my bad. So yeah, once that happened, that spilled over to the speedrunning community, and then there was a streamer called Caleb Hart who was accused of stuff, and like it was pretty evident, like whatever that he done what he was accused of he was accused of. And when he was doing his response, he literally called up his mum, and his mum is on fucking like his Twitch stream with him, going, "Oh, my son would never do these kinds of things. These people are just making it up." Like,
Gee,
I know this.
I wonder
like,
who bailed
like,
a Kyle out.
Yeah, it's like, who is going? Where are your parents?
Where are
And you
your
need better parents if they're allowing this. You need better parents.
And
Like if I told my mom like, oh yeah, I've been doing like loads of videos where all I do is talk shit about people all day long, or I've been tricking tricking YouTubers into having me on so I can make videos after the fact, my mom would be like, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Why did you eat all the pizza?
I have some advice for any creators in the future to avoid being in the kind of mess that Minnow has gotten herself into, even by accident. If you ever wanted to like ask your audience, like, what should I do? What should I do a video on? And they were to decide like, oh, this guy, and you don't know who this guy is. He could be a can of worms. There could be a lot of drama involving said guy. Maybe you don't know. Here's the number one thing you don't do. You don't then go to that audience who told you to use that person as your subject and use them as your sources for information. That is a surefire way to go up shit creek without a paddle. They asked you to do a video. They want to know your point of view. That's the whole point of them asking you in the first place. If they wanted to know their point of view through your mouth, then what is the point of you even having a channel to begin with?
Or an audience.
Right. So
like, that's one thing that pisses me off about like a lot of gaming YouTubers. They play to their audience. They don't do what they want to do. They play to their audience. And yeah, at one point,
Minno's audience is fucking
okay,
racist now.
the audience does give you your views, but like if you're just playing to their strings, what is the point of having your own channel about what you want to do if you're just playing to other people's strings?
Right.
Sorry, I forgot what I was saying halfway through.
No, you're right. I think at the end of the day, what it turns into is that what Minnow doesn't recognize is the people that she was asking to do the work for her already did. We've already done it. We've already gone through this. All of the stuff that you got wrong, including the shit about Warden, has already been public for over a year. All of this shit is available, easily findable information. The rape apologetic stuff, easily findable and has been addressed. The stuff about Non Sequitur Show, things that you got stuff wrong that was in the death of the Non Sequitur Show that you said you watched. Did you? Because you got the information about it wrong. Like the perpetuity thing. So, like, what do you want from people? What are we supposed to do for you? And when they try to have a conversation with you, it falls on deaf ears and you turn around and fucking shit all over them immediately. And their audience. You didn't just talk shit about a creator. You didn't just talk shit about the other creators around that creator. You talked shit about the audience members, which is what this stream was about. You slighted these people based on what? That they watched Steve's channel? Anyway, Rez just popped in. Rez, do you want to say hi? And we're actually wrapping up soon. What do you got for us, man?
Hi, I just woke up.
Well, good morning. How you
You
feeling?
sound it.
How you doing?
I feel like shit.
Oh no, you got your vaccine thing too going, right?
No, that's not till October.
Oh, that's rough, man. You have anything you want to say about this while we get the hell out of here?
How mean can I be?
As mean as you would like.
As mean as you want, mate. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's not our fucking job to steer fucking morons like Savage Minnow away from bad conclusions when all the information is on a perfectly watchable timeline on 2 channels, Steve's and Cheshire's. If she... The fact that she considers herself a reporter is a fucking joke. Savage Minnow, don't quit your fucking day job because you're fucking shit at this.
Plus, I would also like to point out, like, when she said, she's contacted people. I am in no less than 4 different Discord servers with people who are familiar with the non sequitur case. Like just off the top of my head, you could go to Cheshire's Discord, you could go to 82's Discord, you could go to and Odinson's Discord.
Oh, Ansgar, yeah.
Yeah. Like there are so many people you could have spoken to if you gave a shit about the truth.
Unicorn for 5.
She clearly doesn't.
Right. Unicorn for 5 says just to match the trolls, smiley face. Alright, just count the number of fucking assholes that came in to try and detract and even paid money to do so to try and, harass people and bring up, our dead friend, the people that were watching this stream live while it was live, that them hootin' hollering and, encouraging those people to do so and having a good time, those people that you're currently hanging out with. Congratulations, I guess. If that's where you want to be, that's where you want to be. We're not going to tell you not to be, but that doesn't mean we're not your emotional punching bag. It's not our job to cater to you, and Rez is right. We're going to get out of here, see? It's time. Puck has informed us that it is the end of the stream. I will give Puck boops, including boops for the trolls, because something nice should come out of their shit behavior. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, I just want to point out that this stream gave my monster cancer and is literally dead right now. So thank you very much, Minna. You killed my monster.
Oh.
God damn it. Take responsibility for your actions. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Adios.
Laters.